Welcome to the fastest 30 minutes in football. Can you believe it? A record 10 SEC teams in the top 25. Are they that good? And can the Falcons' offensive line block the Eagles in Week 1 season opener? Plus fantasy football, injuries, and Jeffrey the Edge Schechter went 6-1 in Week 1s of his predictions against the spread. Play to Win is being brought to you by the Southeastern Nissan dealers,
Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers,
and SD Services.
Welcome to Play to Win with former Falcons All-Pro defensive end Chuck Smith, Fantasy Football League previews with Adam Brown, game analysis with Nikki Williams, Play to Win expert Jeffrey the Edge Schechter, medical and injury update with Dr. Andrew Lalage, and your host, Atlanta sports veteran Bob Neal. Today's SEC report is being brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
And welcome to football's Play to Win. Let's meet the cast, starting with Chuck Smith, of course, former volunteer, All-American, also All-Pro Falcons. And you're excited about the Vols.
That's right, 399 yards on the ground. The Vols ran the ball well.
They did. And, of course, Nikki Williams.
And I'm on the Chuck wagon right now.
Well,
I thought that was some impressive numbers last week.
Appreciate that.
That's
Exactly.
the only time I'll be nice to you.
And, of course, Jeffrey the Edge Schechter, 6-1 last week against the spread.
Jeffrey.
Should have been 7-0 if the quarterback for Virginia. If the quarterback for Virginia Tech didn't get hurt, they'd have covered the 13.5.
How about that, Jeffrey? I liked it. You guys make good cheerleaders. Well, Nikki does anyway. All right, let's get started with our top 25, and you're going to notice that there are 10, count them 10. Never before in the top 25 have 10 schools from one conference been in the top 25. Alabama, Auburn, and Georgia in the top 10, as you see. And then we look at teams 13 through 25. And the other note about this, guys, is that every single one of the teams from the SEC West are in the top 25. Is that amazing?
Well, it's amazing, Bob. And I tell you this, if I was a pastor, I would be preaching, it starts with the foundation at home. It starts with the youth football, middle school, high school. It's important down south, Bob, so that translates into kids that care and improve communities in football, improve conference, Southeastern Conference.
You know,
we live it every day. These kids work hard down here.
That's a great point about it starting so early and in the community.
So I'm preaching. That's what I'm preaching.
You are preaching.
That's
Where's
the
your
facts.
choir robe
May I
at?
say amen?
Can I get a hit me?
Amen.
Wow.
What do you think about this? 10 teams in the...
This is amazing. You know what kind of blows my mind a little bit is that LSU is still sitting at 14 with a canceled game last week.
They didn't even play.
Well, you've got virtually no playing time. They're opening up now on the road against an SEC team. They've got no film to look at, but they're still sitting at 14. I don't know, that one kind of surprised me a little bit. It's a huge disadvantage to not have had a game last week.
Absolutely. What do you think about that?
The old teams, most conferences didn't have 10 teams. But that'll shrink. I mean, when they start playing each other, and there'll be teams that are going to go out.
All right, let's start talking about a couple of the key games that we want to discuss with you in the SEC. And, of course, the big one in this is Oklahoma at Tennessee. Remember, Tennessee went out to Norman last year and got a good thrashing, but this year Tennessee thinks they're going to beat Oklahoma in Knoxville. Of course, they would think that. One of the Oklahoma players, by the way, one of the Oklahoma players said that Neyland Stadium's not going to be a problem for us.
Well, it's going to be rocking and rolling, Bob. It's electric. Right now, it's already electric in Neyland Stadium, and because the fans. They don't have a signature true win. They beat South Carolina last year. They beat Spurrier here and there. Butchers beat them, but they don't have that signature win. And I'm going to tell you, this Tennessee team has a lot to prove if they're going to talk about being a real SEC-type championship team.
And this will be the game to get them started
This will
with
be
it.
the game to get them.
How do you feel about that game, Miss?
Those 399 yards, if you're not excited about that and you don't think that Tennessee has made a drastic improvement since last year, you're wrong. This has everything to do with Alvin Kamara and Jalen Hurd. They are looking nasty on offense.
And Joshua Dobbs for Heisman, maybe a little early. What do you think about it?
Well, Tennessee hasn't been nationally prominent since the Phil Fulmer days. But also, Oklahoma has fallen from prominence these last few years. Baylor and TCU are now in charge of the Big 12.
All right, let's get a pick from you.
It's now or never, Tennessee. It's time to get back into the national picture. I'm going to go with Tennessee +1 at home
There you
against
go.
Oklahoma.
I like it.
There you go.
There you go. That made him
like
happy.
it. There you go.
Okay, some other SEC games I want to talk about. Nikki mentioned them earlier. LSU's at Mississippi State. You talk about a rivalry, Louisiana, Mississippi. How about this one Mississippi State fan who's emblematic of the excitement? Take a look at this.
I just have one statement to make to all people involved with LSU. We are Mississippi State! Fear the Bills!
Those bells get loud too now.
You know what? I
I've
got a
heard
bell.
it.
Somebody sent me a bell. I got
Really?
a bell out in my car. I could go get it.
I fear that mustache. Boy, he did that, didn't he?
Those bells can be dangerous too.
All right, let's talk about the actual game here and LSU and their offense, Chuck.
Well, I think LSU right now, it's young. I think Les Miles understands that they've had a lot of attrition when it comes to the offense, and I think they want to, establish the run with Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, and
That's what I would do.
And here, speaking of a legitimate Heisman candidate, Dak Prescott at Mississippi State.
Is here to stay, guys. And he's a senior now. He's making better decisions. He's showing us he's a more mature quarterback. But I love that he's playing his friend and hometown rival, Brandon Harris. This has got a really interesting backstory. These two text each other all the time. They're good buds. And LSU, the fact that they recruited him so hard to be a wide receiver, he's got so much to prove and a chip on his shoulder. Dak Prescott is there, and I would watch out LSU.
Let's go to our college football showdown, brought to you by the Georgia Lottery. And we're going Pac-12 Big Ten for this game. Two top 10 teams. Oregon at Michigan State ought to be a beauty. And as we get started with Oregon, Nikki, Oregon loses Marcus Mariota, of course, to the NFL draft. In comes a transfer, Vernon Adams.
Yeah, they almost lost Vernon Adams last week, too, to Eastern Washington. He took a cheap late shot to the head by a former teammate, John Kreifels. He's out now. I believe they suspended him for that. It was pretty nasty. Vernon was limp on the ground, but he's saying he's good to go. He's going to play this week. But that was a close call.
Tough guy.
Yeah.
Tough guy. All right, Vernon Adams
early
could be
for
the
that.
difference for that rapid, speedy video game like Oregon. And here's what I want to know. Michigan State lost some players on defense this
Right.
year. Can they contain that video game offense?
Well, this Michigan State defense is vicious. I love them. I mean, they're like heat-seeking missiles when they put their hands in the ground. They attacked last week. They were fantastic. Last year, they were the catalyst to a 13-1 season. Michigan State's defense is the real deal.
And the game's at East Lansing, of course. And Jeffrey, how do you pick it?
For 3 quarters, or almost 3 quarters, Michigan State controlled the game last year. And then Oregon poured it on in the fourth quarter. I think Michigan State's going to give them a beating this year. Give them 3.5.
All right. Okay, there you go. There's the pick. And we'll be right back in just a moment with Hometown Team Report. Georgia Vandy, Tulane comes to play Georgia Tech.
We took America's best-selling car and turned everything up a notch. The Toyota Camry. What bold moves will you make? Get 0% APR for 72 months plus $500 cash back on a new 2015 Toyota Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
Sorry I'm late.
No worries. Hey, you got my Falcon scratcher, right?
Oh, yeah, it's right here.
Make the drop, give him the money.
Roger that.
I forgot to stop. Sorry, man.
It's a no-go, Larry. Just land on the sidelines.
Tom?
The Georgia Dome is actually a dome!
You can't win if you don't play. So take your shot at $350,000 with the Falcons Game On Scratcher.
Is your air conditioner blowing hot air? We can fix that. Turn to the experts at Carrier and ST Services. We've been installing and repairing air conditioners in Atlanta for 66 years. Need cold air? We can fix that.
Bad pipes, clogs, broken water heater? We can fix that. ST's Plumbing Services, your man for all seasons since 1949, will make your plumbing problems disappear. From pesky pipes to new water heaters. We can fix that.
She said yes. You're the best man.
I got this. Nissan Sentra. With push-button start, Bose Premium Audio, and hands-free text messaging assistant.
Choose Sentra, J.D. Power's highest-ranked compact car in initial quality. Get 0% APR for up to 72 months. Sentra, step it up.
You're the man.
Shop ChooseNissan.com. Innovation that excites.
Hometown Team Report is being brought to you by Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers, bringing a higher order of pizza to Atlanta for 40 years.
Now it's time for the Hometown Team Report, and Georgia is our first hometown team to talk about. Georgia goes up to play Vanderbilt. You know, they first played in 1893. Vanderbilt won that game, had a winning record against Georgia until the 50s, and since then, maybe not so much. Not so much, right? Let's talk about Georgia on this one. Nikki, Grayson Lambert, quarterback, played in the first game against Louisiana Monroe. What are you thinking at quarterback?
Well, Grayson Lambert didn't do anything extraordinary, per se, except steal your girl, Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Oh, you like him, don't you?
Yeah, he's handsome. We talked about that.
There you go.
He was smart with the football. He's proved to be a great leader in the huddle. Hey, he didn't get sacked, and he threw no interceptions. I'd say we've got somewhere to start with him.
Oh, that's a good point.
And my number is 6'7". numbers.
What is the number again? 6, 7, 8. And no, we're not doing that. And funny. You just stop there. Concentrate. Football. And all you got to do is be able to hand off if you're Grayson Lambert, right, to those running backs.
That's exactly right. And when you think of Georgia, you think of the running game, because Georgia wants to run the ball. Of course, they got Sony Michel, they got Keith Marshall, but the bell cow is going to be Nick Chubb. Yeah. I mean, he's one of the best running backs in America. If they're going to win the national championship, it's going to be on the back and the legs of Nick Chubb.
All right, and Jeffrey, you're the only one who could come up with an answer to this. This is why I'm asking you this question. How is it possible? Could Vanderbilt beat Georgia in Nashville?
If Rick drives the bus and they go to Knoxville instead of Nashville. 24 takes you to Nashville, 75 takes you to Knoxville.
Okay, all right, that's possible, if Rick drives a bus. All right, let's talk about Tulane coming in to play Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech just ran all over, scored 69 points against Alcorn State. Tulane not much better, so this could be a no-brainer for the Yellow Jackets. Again, the Yellow Jackets also a top 25 team, and we talked about Vernon Adams at Oregon. How about Justin Thomas at Tech?
Bob, Justin Thomas said, hey guys, that game might have looked good to you guys, but it wasn't that good on film. He is really nitpicking himself right now. He says he's got some things he needs to tweak. He's been carrying the ball a little loosely with one arm. He said he needs to work on getting downhill. Just little nitpicky things, and that's why he's a great quarterback. He is not going to accept a blowout game like that. He's going to work on the little things. So.
All right, as usual, Paul Johnson's teams will run up and down the field. They did last week, and they will again this week. My question is, what is the key to the Georgia Tech defense, Chuck?
Well, the key is seek and hide. The 4-2-5 defense for Ted Roof is about seeking and hiding. So they want to hide, basically, the front four and disguise that and seek to get multiple pass rushers, linebackers on the quarterback, and that's the key to that defense, smoke and mirrors and seek and hide, Bob.
All right, and now I want to remind you to get ready. Next week, you'll get the opportunity to pick the winners in the Red Pepper Taqueria You Be the Expert contest. Register to win on our website. There it is on the screen, playingtowin.tv. The top 2 winners each week will win a $50 and $100 gift certificate. Do it.
The Wizard, can you make me real so I can eat real mellow mushroom pizza instead of cartoon pizza?
Stand back. Here we go. Alakazam! Wiggity stickity poof!
I'm still a cartoon.
Then that'd be a no.
Everyone wants real mellow mushroom pizza because our pies use premium meats and cheeses, fresh veggies, and spring water dough baked with wheat goodness.
Wiggity stickity poof.
Mellow mushroom, a higher order of pizza.
Oh, sorry I'm late.
No worries. Hey, you got my Falcon scratcher, right?
Oh yeah, it's right here.
Make the drop, give him the money.
Roger that.
I forgot to stop. Sorry, man.
It's a no-go, Larry. Just land on the sidelines. Tom, the Georgia Dome is actually a dome!
You can't win if you don't play. So take your shot at $350,000 with the Falcons game on Scratcher.
The grand reopening event continues at Kia Mall of Georgia. All remaining 2015s in stock have been reduced for immediate sale. This is the time to save thousands. Great savings on the 2015 Kia Soul with automatic, now only $13,997. Save over $5,000 on the 2015 Kia Optima. You pay only $16,997. Before you buy, it's worth the drive to the first exit off 985. Come see us at Kia Mall of Georgia. Online at lovemykia.com.
Today's Player Medical and Injury Report is being brought to you by John Foy and Associates. Personal injury law. Get the strong arm.
And our injury report for Week 1 in the NFL. As we get started and play for real, then notice the second name up there, Jadeveon Clowney, knee probable. They say, everything I hear is that he is going to play, and the same as you see Devontae Freeman for the Falcons, also questionable, but I understand he may play some in that game also. And now we're going to be joined by Dr. A in our player medical report. We looked at Jadeveon Clowney, always hurt it seems, even going back to college. What's your thought?
You know, guys that have multiple meniscal tears and multiple lateral collateral ligament tears, they tend to recur, especially the way Clowney plays, and so not be surprised when he's basically out this year.
I know a lot of tight ends are going to be trying to block him and having nightmares the night before. Let's talk tight ends in your player medical report.
Absolutely. So let's start with Jimmy Graham. Last year B+, this year B+. The algorithm puts him exactly at the same, mainly because he's got a hip injury in 2014. It scares them away. That's why he's not upgraded. The next player is Rob Gronkowski. Surprised everybody last year, but he's only upgraded to a B at 70%, mainly because he is very injury prone still. The next athlete is Greg Olsen. He is an upgrade to an A-, a solid A-. The algorithm looks very favorably. He hadn't had an injury last year, so that's why he's upgraded. Julius Thomas. Now the interesting thing is if he had fractured his finger, he would be upgraded. But because he has a soft tissue injury with a ligament and a tendon injury, those things tend to recur over and over again to guys that catch the football. So he's downgraded to B- at 65%. And finally, a guy that's blasted up the draft boards, Travis Kelce. But he's only at a B, mainly because he's had multiple rib injuries in the past in 2014. Guys that catch the football get hit in the torso, so they get recurrent rib injuries and perform less.
All right, I want to go back for our final thing and ask you about Devontae Freeman that I had up on the injury report earlier.
Yes.
What do you think his status is? He's listed as questionable.
Yeah, so hamstring injury, I've always said, kills speed. Wide receivers that have recurrent hamstring injuries, they will perform less.
All right, this is Dr. A, the creator of InsideInjuries.com. Get more information right there.
It can happen to anyone. The road to your recovery can be painful, both physically and financially. Your injuries could last a long time. Shouldn't your compensation? I've been fighting and winning for Georgia drivers for more than 20 years. Someone needs to pay. Call me today. Get the strong arm. Protect your rights and get the lawyer who fights.
Don't pay more for a new vehicle. At Mall of Georgia Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we're dealing, and you're going to save big money. Take $8,000 off MSRP during Truck Month on a Ram 1500. Get a Jeep Grand Cherokee for only $27,999. And a Chrysler 200 is now just $16,945. That's $8,000 off MSRP. Don't miss these deals now at Mall of Georgia Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and online at yourdodge.com.
Today's Fantasy Report is being brought to you by ST Services. Home comfort or plumbing issues? We can fix that.
Excited about fantasy football in 2015, and we have the man with us, Adam Brown. Good to see you again.
Good to see
Ready
you, Bob.
for a whole new season, Week 1 of the NFL.
Week 1. I'm so excited, guys. Week 1 of the NFL season. The numbers you're going to see on the screen today are numbers that I project for these players for this week only.
All right, let's start with quarterbacks.
Let's do it. Ryan Tannehill against Washington at Washington. Washington was horrible versus the pass in 2014, giving up 29 points per game. Tannehill's loaded this year. I love him.
I see you like a couple of running backs specifically.
Yes.
Here are your primary guys, but talk about those two.
I love Jeremy Hill. Jeremy Hill finished 2014 with 300-yard games, and Oakland allowed the most fantasy points to running backs in 2014. And I like Matt Forte as well. He's going to catch a lot of balls in the backfield in those PPR leagues, point per reception leagues. Guys, he's going to catch 5-6 balls a game.
Okay, let's go to wide receivers. We start with a very rich Julio Jones, but there's a player on there in addition to Julio that you like on the wide receivers down there at the bottom of the screen.
I like Dez Bryant, who had 2 games in 2014 versus the Giants, 16 catches, 237 and 2 touchdowns. And at the bottom of the screen, Brandon Cooks. He's the go-to guy now that Jimmy Graham and Kenny Stills are gone in New Orleans.
Okay, now I know this is always tough to project, but you're very good at it. And that is rookies. Who are rookies who are going to perform well in fantasy?
Nelson Aguilar. Guys, he's a rookie at a USC playing at Atlanta. Atlanta was not very good against the pass, giving up the 7th most fantasy points last year. Look at Nelson Aguilar to have a nice day.
And rookie Tevin Coleman starting for the Falcons.
Yes, he is.
Got a sleeper you have for in a wide receiver?
Yeah, Ruben Randall. Guys, take a look at him. Victor Cruz is doubtful this week. Take a look at Ruben Randall, who had a nice week 16 and 17 last season. I like trends. He's trending upwards.
All right, this is Adam Brown, our fantasy football guru. Listen to him. You'll make some money in your leagues. It's all legal.
Good luck, everyone.
Is your house uncomfortable? We can fix that. Get the Estes Whole House Comfort Checkup and eliminate hot and cold spots in your home. If you save energy, you save money. Go to EstesAir.com and book your appointment today. Estes Services, your man for all seasons since 1949.
We've owned a few different houses through the years. Your company was absolutely the best. They were so professional. Everything they did, they didn't get a mark on a wall or anything else. It was clean, it was friendly, and it was fun. And most of the time, moving is not fun. I'm going to give a great recommendation to Atlanta Peach Movers. It's always on time and it's always professional. There is no tree in Atlanta Peach Movers.
To schedule your move, call Atlanta Peach Movers today.
We took America's best-selling car and turned everything up a notch. The Toyota Camry. What bold moves will you make? Get 0% APR for 72 months plus $500 cash back on a new 2015 Toyota Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
Is your air conditioner blowing hot air? We can fix that. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Estes Services. We've been installing and repairing air conditioners in Atlanta for 66 years. Need cold air? We can fix that.
Today's NFL Report is being brought to you by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
And our NFL Report today is all about the Falcons. Week 1 in the NFL. Philadelphia Eagles come to Atlanta. It is our NFL showdown of the week. And Nikki, I want to get started talking about the Falcons offensively. The Falcons on offense have, of course, Matt Ryan, and Tevin Coleman's going to start at running back. But my concern is all the changes that have happened with that offensive line. Only Jake Matthews, as a draft choice, remains on the offensive line. How are they going to protect Matt Ryan?
Well, it's going to require more out of Matt Ryan. It's going to require him to move in the pocket. It's going to require more than 7 stop drops. And then you've got the positive over here, which is now a healthy and happy, rich Julio Jones. And just like Matt Ryan, Shanahan's trying to find new ways to use Julio too. So hopefully that Ryan-Jones combo will be dynamically explosive if they can find some new ways to work. But yeah, it's required Matt to do a lot of different workouts in the offseason to kind of conform to that.
All right, how about your keys to this game?
Well, the keys to this game have been what the coach Dan Quinn's talked about the entire offseason. Play fast and physical. Play at an up-tempo because you want Philadelphia to have to catch up with the Falcons. Be physical. Come out and establish you're going to hit them right in the mouth. Number 2, help Matt with the run. If you run the ball, it helps Matt Ryan throwing the ball. And the last one, the defense must play as a unit, put pressure, get upfield, and improve the pass rush. The Falcons could rock and roll on Monday night.
All right, we'll find out what this man thinks. Jeffrey the Edge, how do you see it against the spread?
I think Chip Kelly's a little bit of a mad scientist, making a lot of moves. I think the Falcons head in the right direction. I like the Falcons at home with the points.
Well, by 3. That's often the thinking. 2 teams are equal. Then one gets 3 for playing at home at the Georgia Dome.
Right.
And right next door to where they're building that big, expensive stadium for the Atlanta Falcons. So they better get good pretty fast. Stay in your chair if you want your picks. Lightning round is next.
Nissan Altima.
with up to 270 horsepower, blind spot warning, and premium interior. For a limited time, choose Altima with 0% APR for up to 72 months or save up to $37.75. Altima, the ride you can always rely on. Shop your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com. Innovation that excites.
Oh, sorry I'm late.
No worries. Hey, you got my Falcon scratcher, right?
Oh, yeah, it's right here.
Make the drop, give him the money.
Roger that.
I forgot to stop. Sorry, man.
It's a no-go, Larry. Just land on the sidelines. Tom? The Georgia Dome is actually a dome!
You can't win if you don't play. So take your shot at $350,000 with the Falcons game on Scratcher.
It can happen to anyone. The road to your recovery can be painful, both physically and financially. Your injuries could last a long time. Shouldn't your compensation? Protect your rights. Get a lawyer who fights. I've been fighting and winning for Georgia drivers for more than 20 years. Someone needs to pay. Call me today. Get the strong arm. I'll fight hard so you don't have to.
Why can't I have a slice of yours?
You're a cartoon. You can only have cartoon pizza.
It's not fair.
Look, this pie is 100% real, and you're colored ink. It's physics, man.
Well, can you buy me a beer?
I can buy you a cartoon beer. Are you single?
It's right.
Everyone wants real Mellow Mushroom Pizza because our pies use premium meats and cheeses, fresh veggies, and spring water dough baked with wheat goodness. Mellow Mushroom, a higher order of pizza.
All right, it's time for the lightning round. You know what that means. Jeffrey the Edge Schechter got a couple of college games to pick and the NFL. How do you see them?
Mississippi State easily beat LSU last year. I think LSU returns the favor this year. Give the 4.5.
Wow.
Virginia covered for you last week with a late courtesy touchdown. Thank you, Virginia. Have a nice season. Notre Dame's going to kill them.
All right, how about the NFL?
I love Kansas City. I think they're the team to beat this year. Take the one with Kansas City and Houston. I got problems with Carolina. I think they're going to struggle this year. I think Jacksonville's on their way up. Take the 3 with Jacksonville. When Pete Carroll was at Southern Cal, when his assistants moved on, he started to struggle a little. And he lost a great assistant this year. I think they're going to struggle with St. Louis. Take the 4 with St. Louis. Detroit, San Diego, 2 teams heading in different directions. I love Detroit.
All right, there you go. Detroit giving some love to the Lions.
Good job, Jeffrey.
Good job as usual. By the way, just tell you again, Jeffrey was 6-1 last week, and he was 60% last year picking against the spread.
Jeffrey.
We don't like Jeffrey.
If the Virginia Tech quarterback didn't get hurt, I'd have been 7-0. They'd have covered.
Yeah, just be more modest. We can't get to be modest. Okay, you smart guys, very quickly. Oklahoma, Tennessee, Falcons, Eagles.
Oh, I'm going with Tennessee and the Falcons.
All right. Oklahoma, I know where you're going, Oklahoma, Tennessee.
Tennessee, Falcons.
Yeah, Falcons going to win at home. All right, I'd like to be the adversarial guy here and pick Oklahoma, but I don't. I've got relatives in Tennessee. I'm all the way, Vols all the time. That's it for Football's Play to Win. For Jeffrey and Nikki and Chuck and Dr. A and Adam, I am Bob. We will see you next week on Football's Play to Win.
Play to Win has been brought to you by Toyota, the Georgia Lottery, and John Foy and Associates.